Sometimes when you're building automations, you need to make use of a third-party service or application through an API. And sometimes, if you're really lucky, that API is represented inside the UiPath platform by a connector. But if it's not, then you'll have to build your connector yourself. And that's what we're going to do in this video. So in the UiPath platform, there's already a connector builder in the cloud platform. Later this year, 2026, there should be a connector builder coming out for Studio Desktop. But in this video, we're going to work in the cloud. We're going to build a very simple and quick connector. I'm not going to go through all of the details and every nook and cranny of the connector builder, but I'll get you to a point where you can actually build a connector that works. So let's jump into the platform. In my platform, I don't have a lot of stuff, but if we go into Integration Service, we can see all of the different pre-existing connectors. And there's a ton of them, and the list is growing every day. But some services are not represented, so we'll have to build a connector ourselves. And the connector we're going to build today is for massive.com. Massive.com provides stock market data. I don't know a lot about that stuff, but we can make use of their API. And in order to do that, we need to create an account. I've already done that. It's free to do. And I've signed in. So when you sign in, this is what you'll see. And you can go to the dashboard, as it's called. And this is where you get some of the information that you'll need in order to build your connector. So going back into the UiPath platform, up here in the upper right corner, there's a connector builder button. And we'll click that. And here we can create a new connector. We can either start from an API definition or we can start from blank. And in this case, we're going to start from blank. So we're going to call this connector UiPath stock info. Yeah, that UiPath stock info. That's what we're going to call it. And we could give it a description. I'm not going to do that. I just don't care right now. I'll just click create. Now we're inside the actual builder, and we need to provide some information about the base API and about authentication, and then some more stuff later on. But the base API we can find inside of the massive.com website. If I go down here under resources, there's this REST docs link. If I click that, it'll open in a new tab. And if I scroll down this page, things get a little bit more technical, but this is where we can find the base URL for this API. It's called https://api.massive.com. So I'll just copy that, go back to the connector builder and paste that in. For the pagination type, I'm going to select none, as we will be receiving very little information and not multiple records. So pagination none is what we'll need to do for now. Then I'll click save. Then I'll just close this little thing and then click authentication. Here we need to provide some kind of authentication towards the service that we're trying to connect to. And in this case, we're going to select personal access token. And in this list of parameters, we need to edit the personal access token parameter. So I'll click over on this little menu here and click edit parameter. And the first thing I'll do is I'll say ask the user should be no, because otherwise, every time we try to use this API or this component, it'll ask us for a key, and we don't want that to happen. We'll provide that key. And we'll do that down here in this value box. There's this text here that says bearer and then my token. The my token part we'll need to replace with a token or a key. And we can find that inside of our massive dashboard. In fact, down here, we can see this list of keys, and there's only one right now. I'll just copy that, go back to the connector builder, and then replace my token with that key value and save. So now we've actually created the authentication towards that base API. Now we'll need to tell our connector builder exactly what endpoint or what function, if you will, in that API is it that we want to connect to or call. And if we go to the documentation here, there is, a bunch of different categories here, stocks, options, futures, and stuff like that. In the stocks part, there's this, I just found that, and I know this one is available through the free account. If I go to the aggregate bars, and then there's a daily ticker summary, this is an endpoint, and the endpoint is actually right here, and I'll just go ahead and copy that right away. This endpoint will give us a bunch of information about a given stock for a given day. So down here, we can see that, we can see the closing price, the high, the low, the opening price, volume, things like that, that are interesting. So I already copied the endpoint here. So I'll go back to the connector builder, and then I'll say, create a new resource. And a new resource is basically, let's call it a function. And when I click new resource, what I'm shown here is basically the path to that endpoint. We already have the base URL in here. So I can just paste in that endpoint that I found in that documentation page. I want to make sure that I don't have two slashes up here at the front. So I'll delete one, and then I'll give it a name. And I'll just call this stock date summary. Then over here in the select methods, I'll select get record, because this API, this specific API, provides us with one record for a given stock for a given day. So that's what we want to select. And I'll click create. So now we have this resource called stock date summary. Now we are not connected to the service yet. And we can do that by clicking the add connection button here. And for some reason, it has this obsession that it wants us to, chat with us. So I'll just minimize all of this autopilot stuff. And that'll leave us with this. And I can just click the connect button here. And that will create a connection. So now we are connected to the connector that we are building. So now I can click this send request button up here. That will let me test if this connector and this resource actually works. So if I click it, I'll need to provide a date, and I'll just type in 2025.12.15. That's December 15th of last year. I believe this is a Monday. And for the stock ticker symbol, I will type in path. That's the stock ticker symbol for UiPath. And if I click execute, hopefully we'll get some data back. And sure enough, we do. We get, we can see that this is for the UiPath stock. We get the high price, the low price, all kinds of stuff that might be interesting to us. So this is what we want. So now I'm going to click publish. This will basically let us publish this connector to that catalog of connectors that we saw before. I can also add the documentation URL for this API. So what I would do usually is I would go here to the REST API page inside of the massive.com website and copy that and then paste it in as the URL for the documentation, and then click publish. And now I'll ask you to wait. Walk away from the computer, wait 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, because publishing this takes time. For some reason, there's a delay and it just needs a little bit of time. So walk away before you open Studio. Okay, a few minutes, or I think about 17 minutes have passed, and we'll try to open Studio and see if this has been published and if the activity is now available inside of Studio. So I'll open UiPath Studio. And we'll create a new process. We'll just call it stock info. Click create. And then hopefully by now, if we collapse some of this stuff and go down to the available activities down here, maybe when we get to J, there's something called UiPath stock info. And if we expand that, then we get the get record resource that we created inside of the connector builder. So now I can drag that in. And it takes just a few seconds to load everything up. And then I need to create a connection to that, through that connector that I built. So I'll click add new connection. That'll actually take me back to the website. And then I can create that connector. And now if I go back to Studio, I can see that it is now connected, and I can select which object or which resource inside of that connector is it that I want to use. And I can then select the drop-down list, and we can see the stock date summary option, or the resource that we created. Once I select that, it'll read some metadata about that, that function, and then ask me for the information. So again, I'll type in a date, 2025.12. Let's say 18. And then the ticker symbol will go with Apple this time, AAPL. And then we can show the advanced options, and this is the output that we get. So we'll just call this our summary. and then we can do an add log message, or just do a log message. And in that log message, we're going to write out we'll do a message box instead. I hate log messages. There we go. I don't hate log messages. They're just not as, visual. So we'll type in our summary variable name, and then we can see what are the different values that we can extract from that. And we'll just get the close price of the Apple stock for December 18th. So if I run this, hopefully we should see a little message box saying what was the closing price of an Apple stock, the Apple stock on December 18th. And there we go. We have built something that we can now use inside of many automations. And if we go back to the website again, into the connector or into integration service, we can see down here, hopefully somewhere down here, there should be we can just go to the top here and search for it. And we can see here that the UiPath stock info is here, and that's something we can use across multiple automations. So hopefully, if you like this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This was, again, just a very quick glimpse of how the connector builder works. I think it's become a lot easier than what it used to be, or maybe I just learned a little bit along the way. I don't know. But this is it. Make sure you let me know in the comments if you want more or what you want. Anyways, see you in the next one. Bye.